Morning everyone. Saturday morning and I think I'm on a go slow. I'm not feeling very sprightly this morning. I think it must be the after effects of Thursday's night's Grindlesford Fell race that I did. I knocked 5 minutes off me time from last year, so I was quite pleased with that, and I felt perfectly fine yesterday. Got lots of jobs done, but this morning I don't seem to have any get up and go. But I'll show you what I've been doing. There's always jobs in this garden to sort out, but I'll show you what I've been doing and show you the new flowers that's out again. Harry Gray is finally out. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I like this. Make sure this don't get killed by the frost. I'm going to have to take this one in. The Moulin Rouge is out. Look at this. I showed you this the other day, but we've had even more. I've took a load of cut flowers off it. I took my mum a bunch of flowers up, and it's just going mad. Doris is still producing plenty of flowers. And I've took some cuttings for the house off them as well. I've repotted my hawk's head up, and I can't remember what that one's called, but it's looking quite nice. My begonia is doing really nice. My daughter's wanting me, so I'll have to pause this. My roses is really doing well. They're all coming out. I don't know whether you're able to see them up there. They're all right back there. Some beautiful ones on it. I'm a bit far away. They're too far in the air. I've got plans for this area over the winter, and they will be lower to the ground next year. The hardy geraniums are all in flower. This one's doing well because it's underneath the plum tree, and the sun has not been making it wilt, so this one's doing the best out of all the ones I've got. If you can see, I've cut this tree back. I've took all the lower branches off it to get more light in to this clematis, and this is a purple clematis. I don't know whether I can get any closer. Just a minute. There we are. I'm a bit closer. So there's a lot more light, and there was one, I think it was this lower branch was going all the way up the tree, so I've kind of took it down and moved it lower, so that's looking all right now. I moved the jasmine from there, that's on the back wall, and I wanted to make a lot more light for this fuchsia, because it was starting to look a bit bedraggled because it wasn't getting enough light. And this was overgrowing it, but since the sun can get in, it has been wilting off a bit, and it's not overpowering my fuchsia. So the problem is, you see, I have to have this drain off the garage, otherwise the water runs down the back of the garage and soaks into the garage, and it goes all the way underneath the summer house, so we get the water to come into this bed, and some of the plants don't like it because it gets a bit wet, so I've had to kind of adjust. But this is a hardy geranium, seeds itself all over everywhere, but it does like to be like in a woodland area under a tree, because you get the really hot midday sun, it all starts to wilt. Stood up my grass, but I had to move it out the way of the dog because I caught the dog trying to eat the compost out of my pot. I've been potting up all my dahlias. They're the ones, the bigger ones are the ones from the Dahlia Society. I can't talk straight this morning. The Dahlia Association, which I want to make sure I keep. They're from my seeds from last year, and so are these. That is a yellow courgette, and it was summer solstice yesterday, and we had the really hot sunny day, and I've had to put shading up for quite a few of the plants. Quite a few of my dahlias don't seem to like really hot sun, so I've started shading them. And this one, I'm hoping it's going to be happy now. I've potted it up and I've stuck it down here underneath the tree. Every time the sun comes out, this just wilts. So I don't know why. Hopefully now it's underneath the tree and stood in some water. If I have a sunny day today, it won't be so bad. Pink cactus is out. That's a lovely dahlia, that is. Got some more in a minute. The white cactus is not out. I came and fed these last night on this side. They're not seeming to be doing as well as the other end of this bed for some strange reason. And they all had the same compost and manure, and I think I've given this end as much feed as the other. Got another flower out, and this morning there was all little black beetles all over everywhere, so I've had to spray. Some dahlias have been sprayed this morning. As usual, a new daylily for each day. I've had to put a cane in there to hold the peas up, they was falling over. And I've took the tops off the beans. Just that, not that one yet, because that one can go a little bit higher. But these two have been nipped out, so hopefully they'll thicken up. I've been cutting the lettuce, you can see. There's another cutting of lettuce. We've had our first courgettes. So lettuce, courgettes, and I keep eating the raspberries off the raspberry bushes every time I pass, and the strawberries off the strawberry plant every time I pass. We've had red currants. I made a smoothie and a pie out of the red currants. So that's not my dog barking, by the way. Oh, tell a lie, that's Badger answering him back. So the garden is starting to get productive. I think this is a Sweet William. I'm not sure. This is one I took out of a pot from a few years back, and the Californian poppies are doing well, and the nettles are coming back from my nettle bed. They will have another cutting and go into the nettle tea box that I have got. More of my fuchsias. This is the one that's got that really long hard name, but it's looking nice. My nice and easy one is not out yet. Hold on, what's this one? No, it's not quite out. Maybe tomorrow. So everything's looking really nice. Oh, looks like I've got another red coming out. There's one, there's another one just poking its way out. And that's the jasmine that I've moved. And it's really starting to pick up now. It did die off a bit at the top. But all this area, I gave it a good water last night. It's all looking good. Be nice when the flowers come out on it, because it just looks all green at the minute. Our badger's got silly head on this morning. They haven't been a walk because I don't feel like it. So my nasturtiums are doing well. I fed these beans, because there's some beans in the middle of these nasturtiums to go up them posts. They are climbing, but I gave them a feed last night because I thought the nasturtiums might be taking all the goodness out of the soil. But it's going to look lovely when they all start to flower. The idea with all these nasturtiums is like a cover crop. So the more the nasturtiums grow, around the fruit, it stops the weeds. And then when they all die off at the end of the year, it gives like a mulch for this bed, and when it rots it'll feed the bed. So it's a dual purpose crop, and the seeds should drop into the bed, and so they should come up next year. Well, this chair's not ever so comfy because the pillow's not, oops, get right to the back, the pillow's not on it because I have to take it in, well, just in case it rains, but it is pretty waterproof, the cover, but on, you know, the cover on the cushions. But it's the pigeon, it keeps pooing all over my seat. It's doing my head in. Badger's got it on him this morning. I'll have to go and take him a walk, it's no good. So that's it for this one. Oh, I've just spotted something. Let me just show you this, and then that'll be it for this little update of all the new flowers that's coming out and how everything's going on. My Aquilegius, look at that, it's looking really nice. The one I bought to replace the one that the dog ate. And this is my Hot Lips. I think I called it Red Lips or something when I told you about it before. I've repotted that. I've repotted that other salvia. Now just excuse my buckets in the background. That is my nettle tea and comfrey tea.